What's going on, everyone? CameronBlazeIt here, welcoming you to my Brawl for All draft analysis recap thingy-majig. It is that one really fantastic person, amazing CameronBlazeIt here. I don't know what I'm doing here, but we drafted a team, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna record these. It seems like a lot of fun. I'm really excited to be in Brawl for All. If you do not know what Brawl for All is, I'll include a little link thingy in the description. You can go watch its like hype video or whatever. But I'm here to just kind of like talk about my team. I'm really excited for it. I have a lot of mons on here that I really enjoy using. It's some stuff I've never used before. So just to kind of go over like a summary. You're put into pools and you draft out of said pools. And after the draft is done, you announce, it's point based, by the way. You need one tier 1, one tier 2, one tier 3, one tier 4, one tier 5, a tier 6, and then you have 2 free picks. So, free mon picks. So, it's kind of pretty lit kind of thing. You can see our first 6 picks. I did pick them. This isn't the order I picked, by the way. So, I kind of can explain my thought process. But, yeah, and then after the draft, we have 140 extra points for Zmon users, and like it's the tier 1 Z for just attacking is like 100 points, and then I like for a tier 1 attacking and status, it's like 120, and then it goes all the way down to where your tier 5 Pokemon, if it holds a Z crystal, is either 40 or 20, so you can kind of like judge about where each tier will be, I guess. But yeah, to go over, let's just go over my team real quick. So I was, I think, 4th in my draft, and I wanted, I didn't get sniped at all this draft except for once, and I kind of glad I got sniped because I went a different route and I kind of like it. But I do grab the one and only Tapu Koko, and the cool thing about Tapu Koko is I'm just so like familiar with it. I know like it's something I've used very well. The past 2 seasons in PSBC, I've used it very, very well. I used it in AABL, and I used it pretty good there too. That's my first time ever using Tapu Koko, and ever since then, it's just been really, really good. So we know how to use it. We also used it in March Madness very, very well. So not March Madness, Token Minorities draft thingy. I want to be a part of March Madness, that's why I said that. But we're just gonna ignore that. So yeah, if you don't know what Tapu Koko does, it's a very, very, very fast, pivoting, hard-hitting Pokemon. Electric Surge makes its electric-type moves basically adaptability. So you get base 180 Thunderbolts, and it just hits very, very hard. Especially with a Life Orb, this thing hits just incredibly hard. Its coverage isn't great. Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, like U-Turn Brightbird, but like that's all it really needs because it's supposed to, the best checks to Tapu Koko said like Excadrill, Tangrowth, Amoonguss, stuff like that. Bulky grass types and Excadrill, and it does get Brave Bird for them, so there's a pretty cool thing. I just gave the Tapu UMZ. It can use that, by the way, so it's pretty cool. That counts as an attacking move. But yeah, it gets things like, like we said, it gets Calm Mind for setup, so it's a fast setup mon. If this, most of the time, especially in 8-mon drafts, people don't draft like good electric types resistances, or at least immunities. Like ground types are very, very important in this kind of tier, in my opinion. So I grabbed a lot of stuff that's easily spammed. That's what I like about this team, is it's a lot of spam. We have electric spam, bird spam, and fighting spam, as you can see with like our first 6 picks right here. And I just feel like it's a very, very. My thought process was I'm gonna out offense everyone, and hopefully it works out. And I do have some walls to go back and lean on in case something bad goes wrong, but my goal is, again, to kind of out-offense. It's also a fast, like, Taunter. It does get U-Turn and Volt Switch, and Roost, going back to Tapu Koko. So, pretty cool mon. Nice thing about it also is it does get screens. So, we do have screens on this, and screens in general can just be really, really helpful, but we have our 3rd pick for that. So with my 2nd pick, I want another Fastmon, because again, speed tiers in this kind of draft is very, very important, and you can kind of see another route I'm going as well. So I'm going to grab Keldeo. Keldeo hits the 108 base speed, so we have 130 and 108, so it's going to be kind of difficult for other teams to kind of be like, well, I'm not going to be able to outspeed any of these mons. Cool thing about Keldeo, its special attack stat 129 is phenomenal. It hits very, very hard. 72 attack stat's kind of bad, but you know, it does get Swords Dance. It also hits 108 base speed, like we said, and 90 in the defenses, so it's actually kind of naturally bulky. 91, 90, 90 is actually really, really good, in my opinion. Move cool wise, it does get things like Aqua Tail, it gets close combat, Focus Blast, Calm Mind for setup, Hydro Pump, Icy Wind, Poison Jet for fairy types. Its signature move, Secret Sword, pretty cool. It's like a fighting type Psyshock, and it's better because it's 85 base power. It also gets like the Stone Edge. It's another Taunt Mon. It gets Toxic. You know, Sub Calm Mind is very, very good. This is a phenomenal like choice Mon because it's just like it just hits so hard. It does get Reflect, but no Light Screen, sadly. Rip. Does get things like I said, it gets like Aerial Ace, Endeavor. I've seen an Endeavor set that's actually pretty cool that I might want to try out later if I can find the perfect time. But other than that, Keldeo is another mon that has like a limited move pool, but and our team's kind of struggling with grass types at this point. But like I said, I draft Bird Spam to kind of patch that up. It does, like we said, like it can hit very, very hard. It does, however, like beat the, like I said, the main check to Tapu Koko is Excadrill, in my opinion, and Keldeo just shits all over Excadrill. So there's that. I wanted some type of defensive presence up next that also could be offensive, because bulky offense is like my favorite style to play. So I'm gonna grab my man Necrozma. Necrozma is very, very good. 97, 101, 89 in its HP and defenses, so it's very bulky. 79 speed's kind of slow, kind of sucks it does get outspeed by those base 80s by one spot, but it does get things, a lot of setup. 107 in the attack and 127 in the special attack, so it can be a mixed attacker, and it does have the move pool to do so. Autotomized, Brick Break, Calm Mind, Dark Pulse, Earthquake, Flash Cannon, I mean, that's just really good as it is, even without its stab. And it does get Recovery in Moonlight and Morning Sun. Night Slash and Power Gem, gets Psychic and Psycho Cut with Psyshock. Dual Screens, like we said. Rock Slide Shadow, like, it gets rocks. It gives us a mon with rocks, and, you know, Thunder Wave. More things that can just, like, I don't know. It gives us options to, like, spread statuses. So we do have, our only hazard setter right now, and we do, like we said, patch. We do get more hazards as we go. But, it's a really good Calm Mind setter because of its ability Prism Armor. It basically just, it's like Filter. So you take 3/4 damage from super effective attacks. So like things like Unstab knockoffs, I won't be doing much. Anything like Unstab won't do much to this thing at all. And even some stab moves, depending on what kind, really won't hurt that bad. I mean, it'll hurt, but it won't be like crucial to like me winning or losing a game, in my opinion. Because it's just super bulky. This thing, it's really, really nice. I like Necrozma. I used it in WNBL when I was still in that league, and I used it very, very effectively. It's just really cool. Tyson is here. My guy Tyson. Up next, I wanted a hazard removal and an Earthquake swap in, because right now Earthquake kind of fists me, and I really need to check to that. So I'm going to grab my girl Serena. My original plan was to grab Shaman, but it went earlier that round. And then I was like, well, getting rid of hazards is very nice. And Serena, you know, does get U-turn. So I'm going to grab Serena. Really cool thing about Serena is it's interesting move pool. You know, Trop Kick lowers your attack by 100% of the time off that base 120 attack stat. So it's naturally going to hit very hard, even uninvested. It does get things like High Jump Kick and Play Rough for those steel and what's it called? Dragon types. So it's a natural like breaker. It can naturally break down like Fairy Dragon Steel cores outside of the fairy types. Sadly, it does not get Iron Tail. I was checking that just now. Again, it does get Rapid Spin and U-turn, probably the two most important moves on this thing besides its stab. Another mon with screens, so we're just going to set screens up all the time. Probably not, but it is an option. Queenly Majesty means like things like people can't run Choice Band and Mammothswine against me with Ice Shard and to win a game. If they lock themselves into Ice Shard, we would win with Serena. If they, like, I don't know, have a anything with Prankster can't work against Serena. Like, it's just really, really nice. So like any of those like regular Sableye teams spamming Will-O-Wisp and Recover, it won't do anything to Serena because she is a beast with that Queenly Majesty. So yeah, Caroline, I really enjoyed this pick. I'm kind of glad I grabbed it. So I had this on my next one set. I had this on my team. I was like, I'm gonna grab this. I actually almost grabbed it like round 3, but then I was like, well, most people have already grabbed their megas, so I'm gonna wait until there's only like 2 other people that haven't grabbed their megas. And I grab my man Mega Aerodactyl. Mega Aerodactyl is blazing fast, 150 speed, only outsped by Ninjask and Excelgor in this format, and I think it speed ties with Mega Alakazam, so I don't think there's anything else unless I'm... Oh, and Electrode. Only mons in the format that can outspeed this thing, or speed tie it. Just very, very fast. I grabbed this because right now, Mega Beedrill kind of really scares my team, first of all. It's one of those things where I think Mega Aerodactyl is probably one of the best megas when it comes to this kind of format in 8 mons, because if you think about it, it has the coverage to basically hit all 8 mons, and it's Tough Claw boosted, and most of the time you can run Adamant because people won't have a really, really fast mon, especially only an 8 Pokemon, so you can just run enough speed to outspeed the max speed, or like a Choice Scarfer, like a base 80 Choice Scarfer, and then just throw the rest in attack and HP, and you're going to be hitting the majority of a team very hard. That's what I really like about Mega Aerodactyl. It's a very good late game cleanupper because of how fast it is. If you can get rid of like a Scarfer early on or anything like that, it hits super, super hard. So I really like that about Aerodactyl. It just hits, its coverage is insane. Aqua Tail, Crunch, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Fire Fang. It gets the Elemental Fangs, Ice Fang, and Thunder Fang. Iron Head, it is a Pursuit Trapper. It does get access to things like Rock Slide, Stone Edge, Stealth Rocks, Roost, Taunt, Tailwind, and Toxic for support. It does get Aerial Ace and Wing Attack for the stab. Gets Brutal Swing. I didn't realize it got Brutal Swing, not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. It does get Curse, so run that Curse Agility set and just win. I don't know. That's some heat I'd do. It does get Iron Tail as well, so if you really, really need to hit a Fairy type hard instead of Iron Head, even though I feel like Iron Head's the better move. Just going through it, it's usually useless moves. Wide Guard. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's the thing about I like Mega Aerodactyl again. It's just a very good late game sweeper, just because not sweeper cleanup mon, because again, its attack stat at 135 is very good. It gets the majority of its moves outside of its Rock Stab gets Tough Clawed boosted and Earthquake. It's naturally bulky. 80, 85, 95 is actually pretty good, and its speed stat's just so good in this format because no one ever drafts things that are that fast. And yeah, speaking of fast mons, we're grabbing something I've never used before. The one and only Rey Mysterio. Oh my god, dude, he's here. Got that Unburden Electric Seed combo here. It's going to be coming so much, dude. It's literally so fast, most of the time you don't need to invest in its speed. You can just do max HP, max attack with Swords Dance and 3 attacks, and the Unburden boost just doubles this. That's already faster than Mega Alakazam speed and stuff like that. That hits 544? 544. That hits 544 right there. So there's not many mons in that format with a Choice Scarf that can hit that outside of Scarf Keldeo or Scarf Terrakion, all those really fast mons. But coverage wise, it gets things like Thunder Fang and Thunder Punch and Fire Punch. It does get High Jump Kick for stab. Acrobatics on this mon is very, very good. Gets Poison Jab for fairies, Iron Head for fairies, Rock Slide, really helpful, Stone Edge, like we said. U-Turn for pivoting, and Zen Headbutt for those bulky fighting types that don't exist. Or Wheezing. That's probably the only mon I'd actually run that on, is for Wheezing or any other poison type. Dual Chop, pretty cool. It's dragon types. Because this thing does not get Ice Punch for some reason. It gets Thunder Punch and Fire Punch, but apparently Ice Punch was a bad idea. I want to see, does Flying Push get double stab because it does combine the flying type into the type effectiveness? Because that means it would be a base 200 attack. It's already base 150. That's really good. I might look into that. That's about it though. It hits very hard. That's what I like about Hawlucha. Just really hard hitter. It needs the Sword Stance, but it's fast enough and thick enough. And think about it, can baton pass the Sword Stance out into my Mega Aerodactyl with a +1 defense. Just saying. And for my last 2 mons, I grabbed Escavalier. with the Z crystals. So Tapu Koko and Escavalier are my Zmon users. I had to make it either tier 4 or tier 5, and it was either Escavalier or Camerupt, so I made it Escavalier. The cool thing about Escavalier is it's super slow. So that means we do have the potential of Trick Room. So, you know, that's pretty cool. And it hits very hard. 135 attack set. That's on Mega Aerodactyl, like, terms, outside of the Tough Claws. Really nice abilities in Swarm, Shell Armor, and Overcoat. You can use all three of those. Most of the time, we'll be running Shell Armor and Overcoat, but if I feel like, oh, I'm going to be low at one point in this game, and I might be able to get a really big hit off with Swarm, I could probably do that. Really nice coverage. It gets things like Mega Horn, Knockoff, Drill Run, Poison Jab. It does get, like we said, Swords Dance and Iron Defense. Just really hard-hitting Pokemon. Only weak to Fire, and my team isn't really that weak to Fire. Outside, like, Keldeo can take the hits. So can my Camerupt and Mega Aerodactyl. It just hits very hard, you know. It just hits hard. It's a Pursuit Trapper, pretty nifty. Aerial Ace for those pesky fighting types that give it problems. And yeah, last but not least, we grab Daddy Greg. What a guy, Greg! You are pretty great. I saw you use Mega Camerupt, so I'm just gonna draft regular. Name it after you. Pretty cool ability in Magma Armor. Can't be frozen. Because we all know I get frozen a lot. Just kidding. Solid Rock is basically what I'm going to be using, though. It's another filter. Anger Point, if I feel like, oh, he's got a move that always crits me, I'll just Flame Charge and then get my boost and just kill everything. Move pool-wise, you know, this is a pretty decent wall. Special wall. 70, 70, 75. I mean, not really. Ancient Power, you know, Earth Power, Earthquake, Eruption, another Trick Room option, just saying. Fire Blast, Flame Charge, Flash Cannon for rock types and fairy types. Iron Head for rock types and fairy types. Lava Plume, Overheat, Rock Slide, Stealth Rocks, Toxic, and Will-O-Wisp. And it does get Curse, so, you know, we can run a Curse set. Real reason I drafted this is because I don't want to be weak to Electric that much, and I needed a Fire type for Grass types because I needed a better way outside of my Hawlucha and Aerodactyl to break down grass types, because grass types are kind of scary. That's why I grabbed Escavalier and Camerupt, because I was like, okay, grass types stop. So yeah, that's our team. I'll have the actually first battle up tonight. It should be. I'm gonna do a live comment and either post it tonight or tomorrow morning. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button down below. Comment how you think we're gonna do, and yeah, that's it. I'm gonna get